Here's a fun question. Is the divine feminine something that's just all in our head? The answer is kind of fun. No, it's actually something that's in our heart and our body. So, if you want to get into the nitty gritty of what the divine feminine is, it's not up here in our logic. You can't think up the divine feminine. You can't just understand by knowing the divine feminine. It's something that you feel in your body. It's something that you feel in the breath, in the heartbeat. It is the nourishment of the blood pumping through your body moment after moment from your heartbeat, passing it through that beautiful muscle. And as your breath comes in, it also nourishes your body and your brain. So, a lot of us are living our life up in our head almost 90% of the time. Sometimes we're able to drop into our body or feel in our body, maybe we're anxious or cold or uncomfortable. And sometimes we try to think of the next thing that we need to do to make our body feel better or feel different. And sometimes it's just a matter of feeling, allowing ourselves to feel in our heart and let things slow down. Let your mind melt away. And I know this is a big ask because I've sat with hundreds of people who have a very hard time being able to drop from here to here or even feeling anything, especially men, because this is their space. My husband says that there's no greater drug than being and playing in the playground of his mind. Going into his heart is something that he has to actively work at. And I've seen it in women over and over. And I'm going to raise my hand as one of those women who had to find and access my heart. I was lucky because I did find yoga at an early age, and that allowed me to begin to drop into my body and out of my head more often. But I still went into my mind because the focus a lot is on the third eye right here. And instead of allowing myself, allowing myself, we have to allow ourselves to get into our body, to leave our brain because we're so trapped up there. Allowing myself to say it's safe to go into the body. And that's part of what divine feminine means, is having that inner knowing, that inner self-trust, and being able to drop out of your mind and take deep breaths, slow, deep breaths, even if you have to stop and hold it and let yourself feel your heart beating. That can help you drop into that space and out of the worrying, the thinking, the anxiety. I know a lot of us feel like worrying is a source of safety or comfort, but really, we all know it's not helping our bodies in any way. So, is the divine feminine just some made up thing in our heads? No, it's part of all of us. And the most beautiful thing is as we access it, as we allow ourselves to drop into that feminine energy, we begin to feel safe in our own body, in our own skin, and we feel self-trust because we trust ourselves as a being, not just as a mind with a talking mouth and listening ears, but with a beating heart and breath. So, just a few practices before I go to help you drop in. Some of it can be vocal. And I know this can feel embarrassing around other people. So if you need to go in your room, hide in your closet, close the door so no one can hear you, that's okay. But for me, I love to make vocal noises. I learned this from Taryn Toomey in the class, in yoga over the years, but expressing vocally so you can feel your body. So going, or or just breathing. Feeling the breath going in and out. Those are ways that you can begin to drop. I already feel calmer. And maybe you already know, but getting on camera and sharing this can sometimes raise the heart, the heartbeat and some anxiety, because what I want to share with you is so beautiful and so important. And I don't want it to come from just this mental thinking space. I want to share it with you from my spirit and from my body. One last practice that I found is really, really helpful is doing a full body scan. So this will take time. There are YouTube videos on how to do this. It's kind of a meditative state. But you go and you lay down, you make yourself comfortable, and then you begin at your toes. And you start to feel your toes. Sometimes you have to squeeze them, sometimes you have to move them and wiggle them. And then you're like, thank you, toes, for helping me stabilize my body. And you move to your feet and your calves and your knees. Knees, thank you for bending so I can pick up my child, pet my dog, walk. You continue up your thighs, your chest, and you can go all the way up to the roots of your scalp through your hair, and you have now accessed your entire body and remembered that you have an entire body. I hope that these things help you move from the head into the body and know that the divine feminine is yours and worthy of having as a part of your life every day for the rest of your life. I love you so much. I'll see you soon.